Welcome everyone that clicked on this video. You can call me May, and today, my first video of the new year. So happy new year everyone. Hope you all had so far a great start to your year. My first video of 2026, I decided to do something easy because I posted a lot the last 2 months of 2025. So I decided to do something nice and easy, hopefully. I wanted to explain all my Minecraft YouTuber drawings designs quick. Those who didn't watch them, in November I posted a Minecraft YouTuber little drawing every day of November for a short series. We'll be honest, I technically did not draw them all the day of what they were posted. A lot of them I drew the day before, or some of them I drew a couple days before. Because I didn't want to forget to post them, and I knew I was going to be probably busy. But I still posted one every day. That was one of my proudest things. About like the last week of October, because I watched this Mumbo video. What happened to Minecraft SMPs, I think it was called. What happened to Minecraft Let's Plays, I believe it was called. Or I'll just show the picture on the screen. So I watched this Mumbo video, and he was talking about like all the like that stuff. It was a good video. I'd suggest go watching it if you want to hear like his thought process about why Minecraft Let's Plays aren't as common anymore. But he suggested if you like Hermitcraft, please try to share it whatever platform you have. So now I thought, what if I draw all the Hermitcraft members for every day of November? Because that was the month that Hermitcraft Season 11 started. Specifically on the 8th of November, I believe, is when it started. And I really like Hermitcraft, so I decided I'm going to draw all the Hermitcraft members, one for each day of the month. To shout out Hermitcraft. So if you're watching this and you don't watch Hermitcraft, and you like Minecraft, I highly recommend it. It's so good. It's just a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers building stuff and playing together and building great builds and having a good time, and I love it. The only social media I had that I could use to shout out was YouTube, because that's all I have to post on. So I decided to draw them all. I'm gonna start by getting into the drawings. I'll talk a little bit more about each person then. So yeah, so we are going to start in the order of how I posted them and made them. Or start with Smallish Beans, aka Joel. Most people know him as Joel. But if you only read his YouTube name and his Minecraft username in other people's videos, then you'll know him as Smallish Beans. I started with him for two main reasons. The main reason is because he was this perspective I was mainly watching at the time. He's this perspective I do watch. Well, one of them. He's the main perspective I watched since he's been added to Hermitcraft. I was watching somebody else before, but as soon as Joel was added, he moved to my main perspective I watch. So I wanted him to be first because of that, and also because if you've seen other videos on my channel, I have drawn Joel and Lizzie before in Would You Fall in Love with Me animatic. Please go watch if you like that song and like Joel and Lizzie. I think it came out pretty well. But I've drawn him before, so I already had his design in mind for how I would draw him. All of these are my personal takes on their designs, inspired by other people's designs heavily, especially for the people I haven't watched as much. So Joel, I don't know how to explain his design a lot, because I already did in the explaining the Would You Fall in Love with Me Again video. I did a whole explanation on that. So I kind of described his design, but if you're here for this one, I simply just took his Minecraft skin. It's basically his Minecraft skin, but I added green ears and a little bit of green to his face. I don't know if the green was on his face in the original version I made of him, but I thought he has a little bit of the ogre look to him, but he's mainly just a normal guy. I made his green hair chunk bigger though, because that's just how I personally like to draw it. So yeah, this is Joel. His perspective is funny. Everything is completely normal and fun in his perspective. And if I have time to do it before I post this video, I am going to draw his Season 11 outfit. If not, I need to draw it and then post a short about it. Because as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I want to draw it, and I haven't yet, and I'm upset about it. But we'll move on to the next Hermit. Next Hermit I posted was Mumbo Jumbo, or most people just call him Mumbo. The main reason I did Mumbo second is because he's the actual one that inspired this whole series, like I said earlier. So he inspired this whole series, so I thought it'd be fitting that he'd be second. Also, he's the other perspective I watch. I watch his perspective and Joel's perspective every single time they post, whether it's the day of or a couple days later. I always watch their two perspectives. However, for this video, I did go and watch one video from every single Hermit. I would recommend them all. I think they're all really fun, but I can talk more about them when we get there. Anyways, Mumbo's design, I had to make him have the bushiest, biggest mustache. Well, it's obviously not the biggest, but it's really bushy and big for his size of head. And he doesn't have a mouth, unlike every other one, because I thought just drawing the mustache I just like the look of just the mustache. He does have a mouth. It's just not shown. The only things I really got to point out are I decided to do the angle of him being a vampire like some people have done. Obviously not a vampire that drinks like human blood. It probably would just be eating animal meat kind of, or maybe a vegetarian vampire like Draculaura from Monster High. Or maybe just eating like animals like normal. Or maybe a potato vampire. Or a golden carrot vampire. I don't know. He's just a redstone vampire actually. He just needs to touch redstone, he's fine. So the only things were added from that is he has pointy ears and his eyes are slightly tinted red. If I drew him, there'd just be a slight tint red with maybe a slightly darker outline. Oh, besides that, I decided to use the symmetry tool on him. He's very symmetrical except for his hair. But I think he came out cool, and he is definitely, he's I think one of the only ones I increased the height significantly. Everyone else I pretty much kept the height the same throughout them, because it was just easier to draw, because I just drew 2 bases and then drew over them and changed their poses. But I decided to make him extra tall, because I love the tall Mumbo when he's drawn as a really tall guy compared to the rest. Anyways, that's Mumbo. Next is Grian. I decided to do him next because he was the first perspective I ever actually fully watched of Hermitcraft. I caught up to Hermitcraft during, I think, season 9? I caught up to Hermitcraft during like season 9, I believe. And I watched his perspective from his first season of season 6 all the way to season 9, all the way through all of his videos. Because I wanted to get into Hermitcraft, but I didn't want to go all the way back to other people. And I really do like Green's videos still. I just switched to Joel because I really like watching Joel. And also, I was watching Green's a little bit too, but then he posted the season 10 world tour of the 2 hours ones, and I just haven't caught up since. I did, however, go watch some of his season 11 during this, and it was a good time. Still recommend him. I decided to do him like a lot of people do him, and do him as a pesky bird or avian, but para-avian. His eyes are something that I want to talk about. His eyes are different than everyone else's. Everyone else just has a cute circle button eyes, but he's square. But his are square. But his are rectangle like his actual eyes. And if you look very closely, there's a cheeky little watcher symbol in them. That is a whole nother video worth of talking about his life series lore. I do want to kind of make a video about life series lore, and not like a full like here's everything about the lore, but my idea, like what little bits of lore I like personally. But that would be a different video. But I made his eyes shine squares and his pupils are rectangles. My idea for his eyes, if I actually drew them, which I might draw a quick just representation of it, is that he actually has a black sclera and rectangle pupils. So then it still looks like the black void of his eyes. Because I think that would be cool. Besides that, the only thing I added on this one that's not on the Minecraft skin is the gloves and the wings, the parrot wings and the watcher symbol in the eyes. Besides that, it's pretty much just what people draw his skin as. I could have added more detail, I realize now, and I kind of wish I did. His anatomy is also a little bit weird, like how he's standing and stuff. But I still like how he came out. But yes, he's just a pesky bird. Anyways, let's move on to the next hermit. Next is Good Times with Scar, also commonly known as just Scar. So Scar, he has a lot of Minecraft skins, and every pretty much season of Hermitcraft he has a new one, which I really like, and maybe I'll try to draw them sometime. But when I think of like Scar's base skin, I always thought of the like brown jacket with brown pants, like adventure looking one. But it's what my idea for his main skin is, so I decided to use that as a basis. Besides that, I made the clothes a little bit more tattered, and I gave him a cat belt buckle because he loves cats. He has a good amount of scars on his body because I do think when people draw him with scars, it just looks cool. And then I decided to add a jelly cat into the bottom of his screen or his photo because Jelly was his cat who unfortunately passed away, I think 2 years ago. But she's actually in Minecraft. This cat, let me see if I can find a photo. This cat is known as the Jelly Cat in both the code and in Minecraft in general. His cat won the poll of like the YouTuber famous cats, what one will be in Minecraft, and his won. So I decided to add Jelly there because of that. Besides that, for his design, I gave him a ponytail because I've seen people give him slightly longer hair and I think it just looks cool. And for his species, I guess is the best way to put it, there's usually 3 options to go with for that people think. I've seen that people have done a cat before, or Mifwa, whatever you want to call it, a cat person. I've seen that at least once. But the usually 2 most common are either a Vex or a Elf. A Vex is because during, I want to say it was season 7. I don't It's either season 7 or season 6. I'm not fully sure. I think it was one of those seasons. I did not watch his perspective during those seasons. But him and Cub were part of something called Convex, and they were Vexes. So people have done it as Vex, and then people have done it as an elf because of season 9, where he was an elf. So I decided to give him pointy ears, and you can decide whether he's a Vex that just has pointy ears in his normal base form, or if he's just an elf, because I can't decide. So I decided to just give him pointy ears because I couldn't decide between the two, and both pointy ears would fit both. As you can see during the sketch process, if you watch the original, I believe I almost did make him a cat, but it just didn't look right. It was one of the options. I was going between all 3 options. I just got rid of the wings for the Vex one. But yeah, I decided to just keep him as just pointy-eared, probably an elf, but it might be like an elf with a little bit of Vex in him, and maybe have a Vex form. I haven't decided yet. So I did watch one of his videos. One of his videos from season 11. I will be honest, for all of them, I did not pick their first video. I did pick their shortest video, or the one I thought that looked the most interesting and was short, because I didn't want to, I was worried I was going to like run out of time to film and like get this posted in a good time, and like I want it mid-November. So I didn't want to have to worry about like forgetting to watch them on, so I just watched all their like probably shortest or one I thought was most interesting, which means I didn't start with the first one, which I feel kind of bad at, and maybe I'll go watch the first perspective of some of them later. But I wanted to watch at least one episode of every Hermit, so I got to know what their content style was kind of like. However, Scar's one perspective I have watched a good amount before, because me and my sister have watched a good amount of his season, I think it was 9 perspective we watched together, or season 10 perspective we watched a little bit together. So I have watched some Scar, and he's very enjoyable. He's my sister's personal favorite Hermit, and I can't blame her. He's great. Anyways, we'll move on to the next. Next is Gemini Tay, also mostly known as Gem. Since Gem is like very like good at PvP, I decided to give her a sword in her drawing. She's definitely one of the highest rank on the PvP list of Hermits. I would say she is probably at least in the top 2 or top 3. My only one I would say that might beat her in PvP and has beat her before is Joel. But since she's one of the best at PvP in the server, I gave her a sword for her drawing, and I decided to go based kind of off season 8, the first season she joined. A lot of people drew her as a deer, and a lot of people keep drawing her as a deer, so I decided to keep her as a deer. So I gave her some ears and some antlers to her design. Her design itself is mainly based on her main Minecraft skin. However, I did change the shoes to be brown boots, like I think her previous one, for more of the like woodsy look than the tennis shoes. I thought it fit the vibe better. But besides that, I just basically drew how I would draw Gem. I will say her legs do look a little bow-legged right now. That was on complete accident. I knew they came out weird, and I think I was too lazy to fix it, and I feel kind of bad. She just got a stance, you know? Maybe she has a slight deer legs. I don't know. But yes, besides that, her perspective is also good. Most of these I would go watch their perspectives if you find them at all interesting. Next is Pearlescent Moon, or also known as Pearl. So Pearl, I also based hers off one of her, what I think is her basic main design, because like Scar, she usually changes the skin for the season. I mean, so does Gem. But Pearl's like base skin I always think of is and I think it is her base skin, is the blue jacket with the white shirt and the blue shorts. So that's what I based her design on. I made her a moth because I've seen people make her a moth, and I really liked that idea. This may be one of my favorite drawings of all of them, because I love how her wings came out. I think they came out so good, and I love them. I made them like a midnight sky moth because she's Pearlescent Moon. So I went with the moon based. And she has a necklace on that has both a moon and 2 pearls on it. It would be a pearl necklace with just a moon chain, but you can't see that because you can only see 2 of the pearls. She has the little moth antennas, but they just match the color scheme of the rest of her outfit. Her eyes are ones I, again, want to point out like I did Grian's. She'd also have the black sclera like I was talking about, like Grian's. I may have to draw that too, because I think that would look great with this blue eye color that she has. And I feel like it fits the moth, because I've seen people do it with, if they do moth designs, I've seen a lot of people do the black sclera with it, and I think it looks cool, so I wanted to do it too. However, I just didn't draw full-on eyes for all these. I also made her mouth look a little bit bumped down the middle because I felt like it gave the moth vibe. And then I think the only other main thing to mention is I added the moon shape highlight in her hair. It is like just a highlight. It's not in a chunk of hair. But I did keep the outline around it to keep it so you can easily tell it's basically a moon. But yeah, I do really like how her design came out. And again, a great perspective to watch. She's a fireman this season. So if you're curious, Fireman Pearl, that's what she is this season. But anyways, another good hermit to watch. Next is Corrales. He is one that I actually based on the Pacific season. So I personally didn't know what his main skin was. So some of these I just based on it would be usually season 10 skins if I didn't know what their main skin was. So I based I can speak. So I based his skin off his season 10 skin, where he had the like floral shirt with the flamingos and stuff on it. I made his eyes huge with the dots in them because that's what they are, and he has a giant mouth because he needed it because that's his face. Besides that, it's just pretty much what I feel like his skin would look like in real life. It's basically a carbon copy of his skin. So yeah, that was a very simple one. He's just how I imagine Corrales is drawn. There's not much to explain. He's just a normal human boy. Next is Exuma Void, or Exuma, known on most people's videos, or to most people. So he is placed here specifically because this was the 8th drawing and also posted on November 8th, which is the day Hermitcraft season 11 started. So I decided to post the admin there because I thought it would fit. And for those who don't know, his skin is the Doom guy from Doom Slayer, I believe. That's what it's called, right? I'm not mistaken. So I decided to kind of change up a little bit, but basically do the Doom guy's outfit. But I decided to make him, I guess what I would call Voidling is the best way I could describe it. He's a void person or half void person, so you can see the little bits of void on his arms and on his face. And you can see his eye on the void side is completely white, and his scar, because a lot of people give him the X scar on his face, and I think it looks sick because of the Exuma Void. So I kept the X scar. I made his hair curly. I put over the scar part on the void side is just a darker purple with more stars in it, kind of like it's splitting open or something. That sounds very gross. That sounds very bad, but you know. Anyways, and then his eye shines on his purple eye are like a star, and then what looks like, I think I was going for like a little meteor or a little shooting star look, but I'm not sure. He has wings that are just void looking, and he just has little void bits on them because I haven't seen many people, a lot of people will do him as an alien, but I'm like, I want to do a full just void person, or half void, or like partially void, so it's kind of goes to the name Exuma Void. So I decided to do a voidling, I guess is, I think they call it if people make stuff for void related stuff. I don't know what you'd call it, but yeah, he's just a void person or part void person. I added a little bit more detail to his suit and stuff. I made, I guess the side of it look like wings. I think I did that on purpose, but I can't remember if there's a reason why I made them look like wings besides the fact I wanted to add more detail and I thought they looked cool. And then all the X's were on purpose on his design. The ones on his gloves, the one at the top of his helmet, and the one on his chest were all on purpose to add more X's to Exuma Void. I do really like how I was designing him out, and I think he's cool. His perspective was also a good one to watch. He also does Minecraft drop updates videos, so if you want the latest news on the Minecraft drop, I would go watch him for that, because that's who I watch. Next up is Impulse SV, or most commonly known as just Impulse. So for him, I see a lot of people make him like a demon and a Skiz an angel, which we'll get to that in a second, and I personally didn't want to do that, so I made him a dragon instead because I like adding the horns and wings to characters and tails, but I don't like doing the demon angel thing because I just personally don't like doing that. So I made him a dragon instead. So he's just a simple dragon with his outfit is just what his character wears, but plus some gloves. And this is also when I was drawing him, when I was coloring him in, and I watched the gem video about Hermit's favorite colors, or I watched a clip of it. And I heard his favorite color was purple, so I gave him the purple gloves. That's the reason why the gloves are purple. I almost had to try to add more purple to the design, but didn't feel right. I changed his eye color to yellow just because I think it looks cool, and I feel like it fits the design I was going for better. And he does have an eye in his eye shine. Did that on purpose. And then he has an eye at the end of his tail because I had the eyes all around. He's just a black and yellow dragon. Besides that, he's just literally the Impulse skin just drawn He does have his 5 o'clock shadow, which was kind of difficult to draw or make look good on a chibi, but I think it came out well. But yeah, it's Impulse and the first member of Team Zits. I almost put them in order, but I really wanted to put Impulse first because he was the first one I ever knew about of the Zits team, and he was one of the first ones I've seen clips about of the Zits team, so I had to put him first. And I also wanted to line it up so he was right next to the next person, which we'll go through. Which the next person is Skizzleman, or most commonly known as just Skizz. So I want to put Skizz and Impulse next to each other because they are best buddies. And I listen to the Skizz and Imp podcast occasionally, mostly the ones where they have people on, like other Hermits and stuff on, or other Minecraft YouTubers on. And that's a good podcast. Go listen to it. Skizz's, I based mainly off his Minecraft skin, but I added the scars on his arm because I've seen a lot of people do that. I know it's muscles. I gave him muscles too, to the best of my ability. I'm not good at drawing muscles. Maybe one day I'll get better at it. I decided to give him scars because I've seen people do that, and I thought it looked cool. So he has scars on his arm. He also does have a S on his nose. Can't remember if I was doing S or a Z, but it's facing the way of an S. But yes, he has a specifically S-shaped scar over his nose because I thought it would be cool. He also has 5 o'clock shadow and poofy hair. And I made him a white avian because, like I said, a lot of people make him an angel. And I didn't want to do the angel and devil thing, so I decided to make him a white avian, but with a little bit of blue tint here and there because blue is the color of his channel icon thing. But I did add the little ahoge in a shape of a halo to reference all the angel designs that I've seen people do, because I thought it'd be a cute little reference to that. Other than that, he's just a happy-go-lucky Skizz. Skizz's video was great. My favorite part, though, was the start, because I watched the one where he made the bone meal farm and then fixed his mangrove farm, and he did the bone meal part. Maybe I'll get that clip. But I thought the little Skizzes jumping on the little drum things was hilarious. But yes, another good Hermit to watch. And then we'll move on to the next member, which is another member of Team Zits. It's Tango, or Tango Tech, as known as his YouTube channel. I decided just to write Tango on the top of his, unlike some other people like Skizzleman and stuff, because I mainly based it off their Minecraft username, unless their channel name was shorter than their Minecraft username. But yes, so this is Tango. I decided to do basically his Minecraft skin. I made his hair fiery like a lot of people do. He has firepower. And I gave him sharp teeth and a tail and pointy ears because I thought it fit. He is just another creature. I don't know what he is, but I like adding tails to characters. I didn't know before making this design that apparently Tango does not like people adding horns to, I'm not a big fan of horns. At least that's what I heard in a different video when somebody was drawing Hermit related stuff. So I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I'm glad I didn't add them in case it is true, because I get that. But his hair was interesting to draw because I don't usually draw upward styles of hair. But I had this thick little bang piece that have more fire look to it. It's supposed to be drawn like fire. And he has a little fire in his hand because I thought it would be cool. Most of these some of these poses had reason to it, and some of these poses were just whatever I thought fit the character. And this one had no reason to it except for I thought it fit the character. Yeah, he's just like a little fire dude. And he has a little fire-shaped highlight in his eye. Also, there's a little fire tattoo on most of his face and his ear just because I thought they looked cool. Besides that, I think I basically just made his Minecraft skin except for changed how some things looked. I don't remember if I added the gloves or if he has those in his Minecraft skin. I may have added them, but I can't remember because I'm not currently looking at his Minecraft skin. Was Perspective was also good to watch. He's currently building a Decked Out 3 in Hermitcraft Season 11. So if you want to see how all that goes along, if you've heard of Decked Out and any other Hermits, you can go watch him for that. And then the last member of Team Zits, which is the ZF. So yes, these are not in the right order, but I put them in the order I wanted to because I wanted to do them in that order. ZF is the one I knew the least about going into these drawings of the Zits teams, because not the least I knew about any of the Hermits, the least I knew about the Zits team in specifically because I watched the Life series and the other 3 are in that. Well, he isn't, but a lot of people do him as a goat, or maybe a sheep based on is that sheep looking at me, which I did watch those before watching this, and those are great videos. But I did also watch the Impulse song about Hermitcraft that came out I think during the end of season 9, but it was about season 8 Hermits. But that's a fun song. I like that song. But it called Zedef a prankster, I believe. No, wait. Zedef, I think, was either described as like a goofball or something. Anyways, Zedef, from what I gathered from that song and stuff, is this a fun guy. Not a fun guy, a fun guy. Oh, I'm gonna cut that out. From what I discovered, is just a fun guy that likes doing goofy things. And he does those advancements. In this season, he's doing more advancements, but if you don't know what those are, you probably either don't watch Hermitcraft at all or just don't watch anyone that talks to Zed much. Or just watch one perspective and stay in it. His advancements are just crazy and wacky that he makes up and does. So, like, the one episode I watched, he was seeing if he could do the advancement of repairing a fully damaged elytra before hitting the ground. And his video was definitely funny. I really enjoyed his perspective. It was a really funny time. I may have to go watch some more of his advancements. My favorite part about the video I watch is when he went to get his elytra in season 11. When he went to get the elytra. If you've seen that part, you have. If you haven't, you'll have to go look it up for yourself, because I don't want to spoil it because it's funny. But I see a lot of people draw him as like a goat or a sheep. I don't know which one. So I decided to draw him as one too because I thought it was fun. And I gave him really curly hair. The only thing I added that his Minecraft skin doesn't have besides like the goat features is the turtleneck, just because I personally like the look of it, how cozy it made him look over the just like cardigan without it. But that's my personal opinion. I gave him little pointy teeth because I thought it fit the goat aesthetic. And I think he came out good. So anyways, on to the next hermit. Next hermit is Rendog, or most commonly known as Ren. I know him mostly because he is told to be the storyteller of Hermitcraft. He does a lot of lore in the life series usually too. So I know him as a storyteller lore dude. And he is Rendog, so a lot of people draw him as a werewolf, and I think his Minecraft skin might be a werewolf too. So I decided to go with the werewolf. The tail does look a little off. It could be a little bit more behind him now that I'm looking at it. But I still think it looks cool. A lot of people draw him with a long ponytail, so I decided to do the same because I like a good ponytail in my design on my dude characters, because I'm not good at drawing short hair. Other than that, it's pretty much just his Minecraft skin. It was just my hair drawn how I would draw it, how I see people draw it, and then how I would draw how those people draw it. That was probably confusing. Whoops. Sorry. But yes, his facial hair was interesting to draw. It was fun, but also I had to look up fan art of how people draw his facial hair to get the gist of what I wanted to draw. Besides that, it's just his Minecraft skin, but with the longer hair and the wolf ears and tail. And I think he came out cool. And Rendog is very based on lore this season. He has a magical lore theme where he is doing that. He is a magic user and is making like a whole magical, like, I think town or like school or something. It's cool. He's definitely, if you want a story told in Hermitcraft, he'd be the one to go to. Next is Doc M77, or most commonly known as Doc. He was definitely an interesting one to draw because he has so much going on. So for those who haven't seen his Minecraft skin, Doc is a creeper with a lab coat, a creeper that is also a cyborg, that is also a scientist, but also has goat horns. So yeah, a lot to put into one design and figure out how to draw properly, which I don't mind his design at all, and the fact that I do love how many details and things are thrown at it. I think that's fun. It was just difficult to draw because I don't draw cyborgs or creepers. I'm talking about Minecraft Creeper, by the way, for those who are curious, because this is a Minecraft series. So I decided to just try my best and draw what it looked like to me. I made him a goat dude with the ears, the horns, and the tail are all goat related. He is green like a creeper, however I did not add the creeper texture. And he has the cyborg parts, which are definitely the parts that were hardest to draw, and I still don't know if they came out well or not. It's a little mischievous pose, because if you don't know what Doc does, he likes to break the game. He likes to find mechanics that low-key breaks the game. He once was able to figure out, apparently, how to do it so you could have infinite rockets in your inventory as long as you didn't leave the world in one slot. That was crazy. And this season, he currently figured, I can't remember, I think he might have explained how already, but he figured out a way how to damage players from literally anywhere as long as he chose them. He did this to get revenge on Scar for stealing his ores in the previous season. Yes, it makes all perfect sense. If you've watched Hermitcraft, you'll understand. If you haven't, I'm going to explain it to you. Other than that, I think this design came out pretty good. I did add a green shirt on because I didn't want to figure out how to draw a shirtless dude. I just preferred drawing my dudes with shirts on. And I gave him green boots, and I believe his actual shoes in his Minecraft skin are Crocs, and I'm still disappointed with myself that I didn't draw those. But anyways, that is Doc. Next is CubFan135. Also mainly just known as Cub. So the most I know about Cub based on Minecraft skin stuff, his Minecraft skin is just a scientist, but the thing I know him best for is during the Empires and Hermitcraft Season 9 and Season 2 crossover, Hermitcraft Season 9 and Empire Season 2 crossover, he became infested with Skulk. So I decided to do that as a design and make him a slight warden Skulk creature because I thought it would be fun, and I think it came out cool. He has a little warden in his front pocket, he has a little warden antennas, and one of his eyes is teal because it's in the Skulk. And I think he just looks cool. Other than that, I just basically based off his Minecraft skin. I think this is another one, though. I did add a turtleneck to his design. His hair, I think, came out one of the best of drawing it in a specific way, because I see a lot of people draw it similar to this, or like a style close to this. So I just went for it, and I think it came out good. This definitely did help me with different hairstyles. I will say, this little challenge I did for myself. But yeah, I think he's cool. He is apparently also a scientist, not just a hermit, which is sick. His episode is good. He was currently working on the end hub in the current season of Hermitcraft. And again, another good one to watch. Watch them all, or just based on whatever I drew here, maybe I'll watch that person. Don't expect them to look the exact same, though. And next to that is False Symmetry, also most commonly known as False. Her, I struggled with a tiny bit because some people draw her as like eagle hybrid, or like eagle avian, whatever you can call it, and some people just saw it as normal. I was debating between the two, but I ended up just going with a normal design. Besides that, it's her Minecraft skin. She is very simple compared to the others in the fact that she is one of the ones I didn't add much to at all, because I do think her Minecraft skin came out good. I think I changed some colors a tiny bit around, or like dulled them or brightened them a tiny bit. Besides that, I just drew it in my style. Yeah, I think she came out cool, and I do like her design. It says she's building in a fantasy style this season. I don't think she fully explained what in the episode I was watching. I don't know if she has yet, but she's in a fantasy style. She was a good one to draw. She's very simple compared to the others, and I didn't add much to her design. And yeah, another good watch. Next is Zombie Cleo, or also most commonly known as just Cleo. This one was fun to draw because it was so different to draw. I don't draw zombie characters like at all, and they'll probably be the only one I draw. I decided to go all out for it and add bones showing because I thought it would be fun to draw those in those ways, like her ribcage showing at her side, her like thing. I know it's probably not accurately anatomy accuracy, but I just drew what looked cool. And you can see it also on her leg and her arm. You can see some bone. And other than that, I just added stitches to her and stuff, and changed the colors a little bit in each side of the stitch, so it's slightly darker on one side, slightly lighter than the other. Is this basically the normal Minecraft skin, but just drawn in a slightly fun way, and I think it came out cool. Next is Joe Hills, also most commonly known as just Joe. So I decided to base on his normal Minecraft skin, or what I've seen as normal Minecraft skin. Except for I see a lot of people give him green in his hair, so I decided to go for the green in his hair. I gave him a puppet because I believe it was season 9, I think. No, I believe it's season 10, his skin was a puppet, and I've seen a lot of people draw that skin as a puppet. So I decided to add the puppet as on the side because I thought it'd be fun to draw, because I couldn't decide if I wanted him to draw him as a puppet because I was only in one season. So I decided just to add the puppet as a side thing and him just have it on his hand. Other than that, it's just basically his Minecraft skin with his green glasses and stuff. I think he came out cool. Yeah. His video, again, all good videos to watch. But yeah, I don't have much to say about him. A lot of these I don't have much to say about. I'm trying to go through them fast as well. Besides that, he cool. Next is Jevin, most commonly known as Jevin. Currently in this season, he is a pirate, so that is cool. But his normal skin is a blue slime with just a white sweatshirt, black pants, and blue shoes, I believe. So I decided to go for that, and I had so much fun drawing this, and I think it came out great. I love how he came out, the sliminess of his design. His hands are up there, like basically it was supposed to look like he was holding his face up kind of thing. Even though he obviously doesn't need to because that would make sense. But I decided to go for that for the thing. And this is the only one you can see the outline of the head underneath. And the slime is like both slime and then the two top pieces are to act like hair. I think he came out cool. And then he has the classic slime face of the circle little mouth to the slight side. And I really like how he came out. I think he came out cool. Simple, but cool. And I really like how the slime came out. And yeah. Also a good video. I watched the one where he paint Cub with the giant snowman. Next up is Hypnotize, also most commonly known as Hypno. I've seen people draw him before as like a bee. I decided just go for a simple human, but with the swirls in his eyes, because I think that looks cool. He may also be one that I would imagine with the black sclera, but I'm not sure. I've heard in the Impulse song that I've referenced once before in this video already, he was called the magician, like a magician or something, or magic man. So I decided to go with that and have him be like covering his mouth and like shh, like, you know, secrets. And when I drew this pose, I just drew it for fun, and then I realized when I went and looked at his channel. But I decided during this I'd go subscribe to every hermit to support them in at least being subscribed to them, even if I don't watch them all the time. But when I saw his banner, I realized he had like the stopwatch that you would turn to hypnotize someone, and I'm like, sick, I'm gonna add that. I wish I would add that, and I realized, wait, one of his fingers is pointed, so I decided to add that to his design afterwards. That was so tagged on later because I didn't realize it was a thing, but I'm so glad I added it. It adds so much to his design. And besides that, I think I just took his Minecraft skin and simplified it, but also just made it what I think it would look like, kind of. But added the yellow and stuff, and I think he looks cool. I also gave him pointy ears because he's some type of hypnotizing creature. I don't know. Some of these I made creatures, some of these I didn't. I haven't gotten them all down pat. Anyways, I think he came out cool. But next is Wells Knight, also most commonly known as just Wells. He was a fun one to draw because it was, I just gotta draw a knight. I'm not that good at drawing armor. I need to get better at it, but I think his came out pretty good, all things considered. I just gave him basically a basic knight's outfit, or based mostly off his Minecraft skin, how it was drawn. I think the only thing I added was the cape because I thought it looked cool, and it matches the red on the helmet. This season he is building in a Japanese style and changed his skin to a samurai looking one, so it does not look like the skin he currently has. The only things I added that I would probably point out here are the W's on his sword for Wells and the scar W on his cheek, also for Wells, you know, because adding W everywhere, because, you know, somebody clearly would scar someone with their initial. I mean, not with their initial, with that person's initial. Anyways, I just thought it looked cool, and I've seen a lot of people make him blonde. I don't know if his I think his Minecraft skin may be blonde. I'm not sure, I can't remember. But yeah. I, again, used a symmetry tool on this one to make a nice symmetrical knight pose, and I think it came out cool. Next hermit is XB Crafted, also most commonly known as XB. I decided just to do his simple Minecraft skin that I've seen him wear a lot, which is the jacket and some pants and stuff, and I think he came out cool. I've seen a lot of people make him a guardian, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to do that too. Also, if I remember correctly, in Season 6, he made the guardian farm. Also, this one, his video is great. He also has FedXB is his current little character in the thing. When a hermit's streaming and they need something, he'll bring it to them, which is so much fun to watch. In Green's video about the spears, I believe it was, they were shooting them through a portal. He's like, we might need some more obsidian, and he looks over, and XB is standing there, and heroic music starts playing, and XB turns around to go grab it, and then comes back. It was great. Maybe I'll put in the clip. But also, a really cool thing is XB actually commented on this short. I was so hyped. It was crazy, man. I was so hyped. I will be honest, I didn't watch XB much before this. I've seen him in other Hermits videos, and I liked all the Hermits because they all seemed cool. But let me tell you, when I was that morning, I remember I was laying down. I was so tired because I think we were busy the day before, and I was laying down on the couch tired and just scrolling through something, and I went and looked at my thing, and I saw it commented, and it said XB Crafted with the little verification signal on his short, and it put so much energy in me through the rest of that day. I didn't need an energy drink or any caffeine. I was hyped on that for the rest of the day. He commented, I love it, with a little heart, and I was so shocked that one of them actually saw this little video series, or even their video. It was crazy, man. It was so cool. I still can't believe he actually commented on my video. I love If somehow he sees any of this, thank you so much. That made my day, made this whole series worth it. I thought maybe one day, like, maybe there's a small chance one that might see it. I did not expect one of them to actually see it this though. So thank you so much. That's crazy. But I did, in fact, actually really enjoy his episode though. He demolished a whole mountain, and he's apparently building like a city, which sounds cool. And I'm excited to see what all these hermits actually build in their seasons. But yes, it was crazy that he caught my mind. And his video was great, so I still recommend him highly as well. But besides that, his design itself is just basically based on his Minecraft skin, and I think it came out cool. Next up is Vintage Beef, also most commonly known as Beef. He is next. He is the creator of Hermitcraft TCG, which is a trading card game. He made the Minecraft version, and then they turned it into a real version. I still haven't gotten any, and I really want some. But I based his, I think it's off his Season 10 skin, because I don't know what his normal Minecraft skin is, but that's one of the ones I saw of him. And I thought it looked cool, so I went with that. He's holding a TCG card, and I think he looks cool. He's just a basic, he's a basic human. And in my design, which I think came out cool. He is currently going to be building, like, his skin is currently based off like an 80s movie producer in this current season 11, and it sounds like he's gonna build something. His right now current idea from last I heard was a old abandoned like mall, but 80s mall. I'm not sure if he's still gonna do that or not, but that sounds cool to me, so I also recommend him. But yes, so he's one of my TCG figures. I think his design came out cool. It is simple compared to a lot of the other ones, kind of like False's when it's just their Minecraft skin, but I think it fits, and I think he's cool. Next up is Etho. So I'm hoping you might know who Etho is, right? You know who Etho is, right? So Etho is one of the OGs, not of Hermitcraft, but of Minecraft in general. He's had a channel for a while, and he is everyone's an Etho fanboy in Hermitcraft, and in every Minecraft YouTuber's favorite Minecraft YouTuber is apparently Etho. But Etho's skin is actually Kakashi from Naruto. So I had to find the line of drawing Kakashi and drawing Etho instead. So I drew it kind of mostly based on the Kakashi skin. I changed a couple things around. Instead of the Olith symbol on his headband, I decided to add a Minecraft block. I made his hair a little bit long into a ponytail because I've seen people do that and I think it looks cool. And I've seen people make him a wolf, or I don't know if it's a wolf or a fox, but I made him a wolf because I thought it looked cool. And then he has the red eye because that's what the skin has. And then I think he came out cool. He does look a lot like Kakashi, but also still like his own different person. And I think he's cool. He is the OG. One of my favorite running jokes with him is the Boat Boys joke of them being obsessed with each other, or like him being like, Joel's obsessed with me, and Joel being like, Etho's obsessed with me. But I'm just saying, the season we got the most Etho lore from was Season 10 when Joel first joined. Coincidence? I think not. And you add that into this because I wanted to make that joke and I thought it was funny. I want to make that joke because it's kind of true, but also I know that's not why, but it's low-key true. Anyways, besides that, Ethos is the OG, and I think he looks cool, and also another great perspective to watch. He does have the longer videos, like 40-minute videos usually, but they're still good. He is currently building a society thing related to parkour and kind of steampunk-esque, he said, but not full-on steampunk, but like that's the closest to what he could describe it as. And I'm excited to see what he makes, and I think he cool, and his design came out cool here. And then the last hermit I have is B000100, most commonly known as just B-dubs. But I wanted originally Ether to be here, but I decided to switch it and end with B-dubs instead. And one of the actual reasons I figured out would be perfect to end with B-dubs is that so he's the farthest away from Joel that he can be, because for those who don't know, B-dubs loves horses in Minecraft. He loves to ride them and stuff, and Joel loves to kill the horses in Minecraft, so they have that little feud. Except for Joel is one of his season things he wants to do in the season is to get B-dubs like him, despise him killing horses, and B-dubs refuses to like Joel. So he'd probably want to be the farthest away from Joel as possible, so that's why he's here. I decided to do his moss cape design based on the glare that he had a while ago, but I think he still occasionally changes into. But I decided to go with that because I think it's one of the most like everyone goes for when they go for B-dubs design. And I think it's cool. Other than that, he has his basic white shirt and blue pants that he usually wears during like one of his most common skins. But I gave him his big smile and his giant eyes that he has because it would be dibs without it. If you could see in the coloring phase, if you watch these shorts, I was really debating whether to make his eyes glow or not. I ended up just doing the black eyes, but I think that if it was nighttime, his eyes would, or he could turn on and off, he could make his eyes glow, like glowstone kind of, and they would turn yellow and be glowy. I don't know if he does it a lot, or would do it a lot, or if it just like an automatic thing that, I don't know if it would be like an automatic thing that turns on, like his eyes just start glowing at night, or if it would be a thing that he turns off and on like a flashlight. But I think that'd be a cool little character feature of him for this design. Is he some type of creature like some of the others, like how Etho is a wolf? I don't know. Maybe there's someone under the hood, maybe not. Maybe he's just a normal dude. But yes, we ended with B-dubs, which is he is a great builder, and his video was also fun. Right now, he's currently last I saw him in a moss fight against Scar to see who could build the best moss farm to impress Etho, I believe. No, like I said, those were all the hermits I drew for this month. But the thing is when I was like, I'm gonna draw a Minecraft YouTuber every day, I realized that there is only 25 hermits and there is 30 days in November. So that means I had to figure out what to do for the last 5. And then I realized when looking at something that the Minecraft Life series, which a lot of these Hermitcraft members are in, had 5 members that weren't part of Hermitcraft. And I'm like, there we go. I'll end with the Life series members. The only rule for these were they had to be in at least one Life series. It didn't matter if they were in multiple or just one. They were included. So we are gonna start off the Life series. I just did one I thought felt like it fit for like the fade from Hermitcraft the Life series, and I did Big B or Big B stats, but most commonly known as Big B. So Big B is actually one I vaguely remember watching as a child. I did not go back and watch one of his videos for this. Him and like 2 other people, I did not go back and watch videos for this. But I've seen many clips of their channels and their videos, most of these. Or I've watched one of theirs in the past about stuff, so I thought it would be fine. But his, I feel like I remember watching him when I was younger, when he did, I think he might have done Pocket Edition related stuff, and I remember watching it. I feel like it was him. I may be going crazy. Anyways, I decided to give him a cookie based on like the first Life series, and I think he's commonly associated with cookies in general. Besides that, I did his Minecraft skin, but gave him really curly hair because I thought it just fit his sweet personality. But yes, I think he was fun to draw, and I think he fit well right here. Next up is In the Little Woods, also most commonly known as Martin. Usually goes by Martin now, I think. So he is the Life series lore guy. So he's the one that adds all the lore to the Life series. Except for Ren, that does lore per each Life series. He actually adds lore to the whole basis of the Life series in general. And yes, I know the Life series is currently on a hiatus. They don't know when they're coming back, which is sad. But we also have so much content that I'd still recommend going to watch the Life series if you haven't. There's Third Life is the first one, followed by Last Life, followed by Double Life, followed by Limited Life, followed by Secret Life, followed by Wildlife, followed by Past Life. And then the newest season was Nice Life, which was a Christmas special 3-episode thing. And they've had 2 April Fool's, one of Real Life and Simple Life. So many. And I do want to make like a video about just the Life series, just randomly chatting about things. And then in that one I will mention what my favorite Life series was and my favorite teams. But that's its own separate video. But yes, Martin is the guy that gave us all the lore behind the Life series, like the watchers and listeners. That might be confusing to people who don't know what those are, but I don't know how to explain them either. And most commonly people put him as a listener, so that's why in my design he has giant ears and he's pointing at his ears. That's why he has thumbs up pointing. They're pointing at his ears because they're huge. And he has the little symbol on his shirt, which a lot of people use for the quote-unquote listeners symbol on his ear tips. Now I don't know what the canonical colors for listeners are, but people have done like yellow and other colors. I know his current I just saw a clip of him since his Minecraft account apparently got hacked into and you can't use it at the moment. He's using the listeners is the account he's using right now, and he has a skin that is like half Steve, half Alex's face, and it's like white with a purple. So I think those might be the listeners. I'm not sure. And if they are, that's not the colors I thought they would be, but not in a bad way. So if they're all purple, I would have to change it. But I imagine the listeners being green, like white. But that's besides the point. I will put here, I might put a sketch. I think I tried to make a sketch of his listener design because him and green are like the only quote-unquote confirmed of the two. But I'll get into that in a different video at some point, maybe one day. But yes, so I decided to make him he is basically just a listener. He just has big ears with faded to green because, again, I just thought it fit. And then he just had his basic Minecraft skin kind of drawn on top of that. His hair was difficult to draw, but I think it came out pretty good in the end. And then he has the sandals and then the little symbol on his shirt. And I think he's cool. If you're watching the live series, these 5 that I'm talking about are live series based. If you want lore, go to Martin. I would suggest watching anyone that's in the live series. I'll try to remember maybe to put on either a list or the drawings I have in photos on the screen right now of who's in the live series. And maybe I'll put what live series they're in so you can go. That seems like a lot of work, but I might still do it. So you can go watch who you want in what series. Do recommend that if you are just a normal living with your friends. They make alliances, but then as soon as you get onto your red life, your job is to kill the other players. Every series except for third life adds their own little twist to it. But yes, I will talk probably more about the life series, like I said already once in a different video. Okay, next up is Dang That's a Long Name, also known as S Major, but mostly known as Scott. Oh. Yes, he has lots of names. I'm going to just call him Scott from now on, though. I couldn't figure out what name I want to put on his main one because his channel name is Dang That's a Long Name, but I think his Minecraft username is also that. But most of his other video game names are S Major and some of his other stuff, but he's known as Scott. So they're just all on here. So he is another one of the live series members. I've seen people make him a unicorn before, so I decided I'm going to make him a unicorn. So he's a unicorn. Other than that, all I pretty much added to his design was, I think I had the bracelets, one being the warm side of the rainbow and one being the cool side of the rainbow. And I added the rainbow on the shoes to be more colors because I think originally it was just 3 colors. But I made it the full rainbow. And then I added the little wrap to the tail because I added the tail on. He has pointy ears instead of unicorn ears because I thought the design of like maybe an elf unicorn hybrid thing looked cooler in the unicorn ears, and I thought like fit his character better. His hair was fun to draw, but also difficult to draw in the sense I didn't know how to draw it, but I do like how it came out. His hair came out one of my favorite, at least the front of it. The front of it is lighter than the back of it because that's kind of how his Minecraft skin is shaded. I may have talked fast. But he was fun to draw. He was nice and simple. He was nice and easy to draw. I really liked how he came out, and I think he's cool. He does a lot of putting his friends in escape rooms that I've watched before, and those are fun. So if you want to watch putting my friends in escape room things, kind of like my a Christmas series, shameless plug, go watch those. He puts his friends in escape rooms, and those are fun to watch. And next up is Solidarity Gaming, also most known as Jimmy, but also sometimes known as Timmy. I'm not gonna elaborate. So his design was very simple. It's his Minecraft skin. However, I added the canary wings and ear wings, I guess they're called. I realized the earrings should be smaller, but you know, if it's head. Yes, if you did a look, Green has normal size wings, Skiz has big wings, and then Jimmy has small wings. I believe this was all on purpose, or at least that's what I meant to do. Other than that, he's a cool dude. Jimmy is also in the live series. He also has other series and stuff too. He does a lot of reacting to live series related stuff, like out of context, or like live series related stuff, like live series out of context and stuff like that. His channel is good for that too. If you want to watch those are fun. He also has some other challenge videos with his friends. I've enjoyed pretty much any video I've watched of Jimmy's. So yeah. Last but not least is LD Shadow Lady, who is mostly known as Lizzie. So I decided to end with because she is married to Joel, or Smallish Beans. So I decided if I started with him, I would end with his other half. I explained a little bit of my drawing, my design for her character in a previous video, in the Would You Fall in Love with Me Again explained video, which I already plugged it in the thing. But for her, I made her normal Minecraft skin. It's basically just that. But I decided to make her like a shadow person. So she has the black tips ears, hands, and she would have tipped legs too, but they have long socks on, so you can't tell. So she is a shadow. My idea for that is that she can basically turn into a shadow and disappear and stuff. I'm just spitballing this now. If she had a tail that was like goes at the end of like a shadow, you know, like a classic shadows drawing, that would look cool. But also, that's just me wanting to add a tail to a character. Because I think it's a fun design feature. But yes, she's just a simple skin, but just drawn in my style and how I imagine her skin to be drawn, or at least how I like to draw it. And I think she came out cool. And I don't have much else to say about her that I haven't already said or that I can think of to say specifically. But yeah, she is in the Life series. She is one of the members that's only in a couple. She is in Last Life, Secret Life, and Wildlife. You won't find any other ones. So if you want to watch Ellie Charlie in any of those, that's where you'd find her. But I believe that's all I have to say about anyone in particular. This video may be a long one, but I'm going to try to cut it down so it is shorter and hopefully easy to digest. But yeah, so if you have any takeaways from this, please go watch Hermitcraft if you haven't already. Every perspective is great. I enjoyed them all. And if you want to have a different, slightly shorter, slightly different type of a Minecraft series, I would go watch the Life series if you haven't. Which, again, I recommend all the people in the Life series. Even though I haven't watched their perspectives personally, I've watched them in other people's perspectives and a lot of clips of their perspectives, and they're all great. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed both this video, and I hope you enjoyed all the drawings from November. During November, I hope if you were watching them while they came out, I hope you enjoyed, and also thank you so much for doing that. So yeah, thank you everyone who clicked on this video, especially those who watched it all the way through. I hope you enjoyed it, and bye bye.